back to bring some grumpiness to your internet. And welcome back to Redneck Radio, the live stream where you get an extra healthy side helping of, let's see today, an extra healthy side helping of peach cobbler. I've mentioned that before, but I love peach cobbler. So, yeah, that's what we got today, peach cobbler. And if you like, you can eat it hot with some ice cream. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Um, as you can tell, Alex isn't with me quite yet today, but he is coming. He had some shopping or something to do. Life happens. Things he had to do, but he'll be along momentarily. And that way, when the inevitable bathroom break comes, uh, I can take it without an awkward silence. So hello to everybody out there. Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a great day. A little tired, but great. But good to see you all out there. Hey, Maddie, Jay Poitras, Mumbling American, Functional, Sheograth, and thank you, Sheo. Um, and Cap Jack, the cobbler is a lie. Uh, I love cobbler, and it's not a lie. Sean DW, RV8 Dar, just came over from Monkey Stream. Yeah, I seen that knucklehead was streaming. He forgets. That boy he's the one person I know that has as bad as, if not worse, memory than I do. Sarah, hey, Kyler, glad to see everybody show up, and hope you're all having a good day. Truckin' Bear, hey, I like I said, I'm a little tired, Been running quite a bit today. You all know I take my grandkids to school in the morning. Well, today I also had to pick them up. Hey, Cray. Um, Fortunately, on Thursdays, for whatever reason, they get out early. But that kind of puts me in a crunch. They don't get out till 1:05, and it's all the way across town. So, long story short, it was a bit of a crunch for me to get them picked up and back home in time to do this stream. But I knew I was gonna make it. Sarah, I haven't yet, but money's still coming in, and the GoFundMe is still open if you are so inclined. Connor Ewan, hey, Mad Tanuki, and I think you need glasses, but hey, he says hi, handsome. Um, yeah, as you can tell by the title of the stream, gosh darn it, yesterday was such an emotional day for me. I mean, it started out on a really bad note. I was really down because didn't know what we were going to do to make the rent. And long story short, after opening a GoFundMe and putting my Streamlabs link out there, Alex had a live stream, and within an hour and 7 minutes, you all raised enough for me to not get evicted. And then some of you asked to leave the GoFundMe open. Sorry, I was reading what NCAT Jack said. I'm explaining that now, Jack. And because I some of you know I've got some high medical bills, and I haven't had a refrigerator in probably 6 months or more. But I'm not one that usually complains about it. But I got in a position where my back was against the wall, and I didn't know what to do. We only had a few days to raise it, and man, you guys just showed once again that you're a bunch of awesome people. And within an hour and 7 minutes between Streamlabs and GoFundMe, you raised $2,000. So that's just phenomenal. It is still open. The GoFundMe is still open if you're so inclined, because a few asked me to leave it open because they wanted to donate but weren't going to have the money till the weekend. But the emergency part of it is over. We've avoided that. We've got enough to cover the rent. We're going to have a roof over our head, and whatever else comes in is just icing. Sarah says we got your 6BW. Yeah, this corner of the internet, and especially those of a right wing bent, get a bad reputation sometimes as being racist, uncaring, unfeeling people. I tell you what, them people don't know you like I do, because you're some of the biggest hearted, giving people I know. It's just amazing to me, and I'm so glad and so fortunate to have got to know you people over the last 3 years. And speaking of, my 3-year anniversary is coming up here very shortly, in 9 days, actually. It'll be 3 years on YouTube. Monkeys will be day after tomorrow, if I recall correctly. Uh, Mad Tanuki, don't worry about it. He says I'd donate if I still had a job, but I fired. Uh, yeah, it has, and I understand. And I made it very clear to people: please, if you do not have the money, do not give it to me, because we'll figure it out some way. We always do. Um, but I sure appreciate everybody that was able to and of a mind to help us out of that uh, sticky situation. But yeah, you guys are just awesome. And I just wanted to let you know once again that I appreciate you. Uh, and I forgot to turn the sound off on my watch page, and it crashed. Give me just a second here, and we'll get her reloaded. Hopefully, the stream is still going fine. There we go. All right. Yeah. My old potato of a laptop. I tell you what, sometimes. But apparently, my chat window on the StreamYard's dashboard has quit working again. So I'll have to keep flipping back and forth between the two so I don't miss Alex coming in. Perfectly faded delusions says, sorry for not being able to donate. I'm on benefits and had to pay an overdue big bill. But dude, I get it. Like I said, I understand it. And a lot of you, even though you were unable to donate, you helped out a great deal by retweeting my tweet and tweeting out the link to the GoFundMe and just showing up for support. All that helped. It wasn't just the money. And Maddie, yeah, thank you. You guys were more than generous. I still worry that you can't afford that, but you assured me you could. If you guys, anybody that knows me very well knows that I like to ask for money. It's not something I enjoy doing, and it's not the way I was raised. I'm a boomer, and I was raised by people that came out of the Depression. And I was taught you don't take money from people, and that's very ingrained in me. And so it's any if I ask you, it's tough. It's tough. It's embarrassing, actually, on a very real level sometimes. But hey, Amanda says I saw the stream after it had happened. So sad I missed that. I was busy taking my mom to court. I get it. Stuff happens. I hope that means you were driving your mom to court and not taking her to court to sue her, because that term can be used different ways. uh, but yeah. Uh, I just can't say thank you enough. I was so emotional yesterday. Such a really low point earlier in the morning, and then once this all came together, such a really high point. It was very emotional. By the end of yesterday, I was exhausted, just worn out because of all the emotion. Man says, yes, I was driving her. Yeah, well, you never know. Some people don't have a good relationship with their parents or with their family. Period. Their sibling. I get that. Now, uh, thankfully, I had very good parents, wonderful parents. Couldn't have had better parents, and loved them. Well, Dad's still alive, so certainly loved Dad and loved Mom to pieces too. I know I was very fortunate because that's not everybody's situation. That's not the way it is for everybody. But I had good parents and very very wonderful parents. And Amanda, I'm glad your mom's not in jail. Um, yeah, Matt Tanuki says, yeah, I'm pretty antisocial with my family. Yeah, I have two sisters. I don't stay in contact with them like I probably should, but it's not like we have a bad relationship. We all have our separate lives. Um, Mama American says, I'm glad you're sorted out. Yo, coot. Yeah. Uh, Me too. Me too. Because it's not fun stressing out over such stuff. And as Sarah says, it's funny how exhausting emotions can be. It is, especially when you go through a roller coaster of them. Where you're sad and then you're happy, and it can be very exhausting. Um, uh, Maddie says our families pretty much don't contact us unless they need something or someone died. My parents being the exception. Yeah. And I know everybody's situation is different. And I was very, very blessed to have the parents that I had. They were very good parents, and they done the best they could with us. You know, you all are all aware of all the horror stories I tell of my teenage years. That was not my parents' fault. They done the very best they could with us, and tried to make sure the best they could that I lived through those years. uh, yeah, Amanda says we have a weird relationship. I had a horrible childhood, and I'm not quiet about it, but she shows up at my house all the time anyway. Yeah, yeah. Um, uh, Connor Ewan says was brought up with my nana and papa, where like my ma'am and dad, my ma'am and aunts are like my sisters. Yeah, yeah. I've heard of people with situations like that. Yeah. But yeah, again, thank all of you all, and just thanks so much for what you've done for us. And my wife's over here. She listening a minute ago. She said to tell you thank you, all of you. Um, well, huh? As you were paying attention. Yeah, and uh, she just won't talk on the air. But hey, Kevin Temple. Hey, better late than never is what I always say. Data, how you doing? Um, no, Data. The med bills are not paid yet, but there's still money coming in. Last I checked, there was $730 on the GoFundMe, so it's not quite halfway to the goal on the GoFundMe. I say we reached our goal, but that was the Streamlabs and the GoFundMe put together. We certainly reached it that way. So yeah, and honestly, I'm leaving it open because people asked me to, but we are through the emergency part of it. Yeah, we're all good. Whatever happens now is just icing on the cake. Uh, yeah, thank you, Mad Tanuki. Appreciate that. Um, Sarah says, Maddie, sometimes online family is better than IRL friends and family. Sometimes. But yeah, Data, it is what got us behind. But I, I'm the kind of person that I deal in the now, the present. Um, I was raised to not borrow trouble from tomorrow, because the bad things of tomorrow will be bad enough on their own without worrying about them today. I kind of tend to deal in the now, and the now is that we're in good shape. We're in good shape. We certainly are. And that's all because of you guys. Like I said, sometimes our little corner of the internet gets a really bad rap, and especially if you happen to be of a right wing persuasion, we get called all kinds of names and told that we're heartless and that we don't care about people and racist and all that good and wonderful stuff. But it's not true. They don't know you like I do. You guys are a great bunch. Every time that there's been a need in this community, and not just mine, but with Satsu and other people, and years ago with Charlie on Alex's channel and all that, you guys are super quick to come together and help people out. And that's what real caring is. Saying you care is one thing, but proving it by getting together and giving the help that it's needed, that's the proof. And you guys are awesome at it. You're absolutely awesome at it. I just can't say it enough. And I know I may sound like I'm gushing, but I do. I'm really relieved, and I was very emotional yesterday. You guys darn near made me cry on Bear Stream. You did. I had to choke it back a couple of times. You might have heard my voice break a couple of times. Hey, Viper, Kyler, let's see here. I'm trying to fill the air. Like I said, Alex will be here shortly. But I didn't really have my afternoon was so pushed. I don't know that I absolutely need one, Viper, but I'll take one. Sure. I'll always take one as long as you ask. I just don't like being touched without me knowing that's what you're going to do. Sirius says, don't forget, BW, the evil right wingers are more generous with their money than other groups. Yeah. And you guys prove that all the time. And I know that you're not all right wingers, but I am. Many of you are. And yeah, we do get a bad rap sometimes. We do get a bad rap. And yes, Deck Train. Yes, week 1 is this Sunday, and if you don't know, he's talking about the NFL, American football. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Even though my hopes for this season have been dashed, I'm still going to watch it. I'm still looking forward to it. And I'm still going to root my Colts on, even though my hopes for them getting anywhere this year are seriously depleted after Andrew Luck retiring. But okay, Alex, I'll keep trying to keep an eye out. But if I don't see that you're in there, hit me in the chat here. I'll get you in. So I'm bouncing back and forth. But Sirius is hoping I do better this year in my fantasy league. Actually, you all know Badger, German boy. Invited me to be in a fantasy league with him, but I turned him down because I know me. When I get in those fantasy leagues, I spend a lot of time working on it, and I don't know if I've got that kind of time right now. I really don't. So I did respectfully turn him down. I hated to, because I really love playing in fantasy leagues. But they do tend to, and that's all on me. I spend way too much time fiddling and messing with them. But Jay Wolf says he's streaming with Bo Badger is streaming with Monkey right now. Yeah, that knucklehead Monkey, I'm gonna have to knock him in the head. He knows I stream right now, but that's okay. That's okay. He doesn't do it on purpose. Uh, your website says I can't even get started on one. Yeah, I don't feel like I have the time to do one and to do it justice to my satisfaction because and that's on me. I impose that on myself. But when I do one, I like to do it right. Um, Monkey needs an intervention. He's addicted to streaming, right? Right? He does. Uh, Matt Tanuki asked, do you take meds for any depression or anxiety? No, I do not at present. I have uh, years ago. I got in a bad place emotionally and mentally, and did for about a year, but no longer. No, I don't. Um, Sarah says, I've been in this league for 7 years now. Some years are better than others for me. Well, I think that's pretty much the same for anybody. Uh, uh, yeah, it's up and down. Amanda says Monkey needs an intervention to keep him away from the stairs is what he needs. You're right. And Matt Tanuki says he shielded my video. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Um, Absolutely. Thank you a bunch. I can use all the shilling that you guys can give. Get the word out there. Howard Sly, go Bears football. Well, that starts tonight against the Packers. So yeah, there you go. Let's check back over, see if no, Alex isn't there yet, but he is on its way. Go, Sarah says, go Pack. Go. Oh, well, we're gonna have a Bears Packers feud in the stream here in a minute. It looks like. And it's funny, where I live, Indianapolis hasn't always had a football team, because it was in the 80s when we acquired what was then Baltimore's football team, the Colts. And before that, we didn't have one. So anybody in this state was either a Chicago Bears fan or a Cincinnati Bengals fan, because those were the two closest NFL teams to where Indianapolis was. Alex is trying to Fiber Sword. Alex is trying to think of another person to be right. He showed as the Queen. He showed up as Cher Bono or whatever last name she goes by now. I would not doubt it whatsoever. Maddie says she has a Packers Bear rivalry with her mom. Hey, and the winner calls the loser and gloats. Yeah. My parents weren't. It's odd that I'm a sports fan because Kevin Tipple. Glad y'all took the Colts because we got the Ravens that are far superior. You mean you got the Browns? Is that what you mean? Huh? You got the Browns, the original Brown? Uh-huh. She is just sharing now. I think Amanda Wolfchild says, "Oh, she's just went to one name now." I don't know. I don't keep up with celebrities anymore. Not that I ever did much, but yeah. Sirius is rooting for two teams this year: the Browns and the Pack. I always root for two teams. I have two favorite teams. Of course, my top favorite team is the Colts because I live in Indianapolis and I really like the Colts. But I was a Giants fan before I was a Colts fan. So, been some rough years for both of those teams of recent. But let's see. Cher's real name is Sherilyn Sarkeesian. I don't know. Of course, I'm much older than a lot of you out there. My first introduction was Cher, and it's still I have to fight with saying Sonny and Cher because that's how we all were first introduced to her. She was a duet with her then husband, Sonny Bono, who went on to become a congressman, as I recall, after they split up. But died when he skied into a tree. Are y'all still there? my, my my window glitched out and shut down. Can y'all hear me?
Hello.
Hello, Diane.
Internet buggering up again.
Yeah, my window shut down. I'm still waiting on confirmation that they can even.
Yeah, they're saying that they can hear you.
We can hear. Okay, I worry because you know how all of a sudden your window will just stop and it has that little snap thing on it, something wrong, and
Yes.
that's what it just did.
Sarah's disgusted by my choice of avatar this evening. Well, I was initially going to come in as David Hasselhoff.
Oh, is David Hasselhoff?
Originally, yeah, but as I was wandering around the supermarket, but died of it.
Ah, okay.
Good evening, everybody. How are we? I will be your mathematics teacher this evening. Now, 2 + 2 is 22.
Yeah, sometimes I think that's the way politicians do their math.
Certainly the way Diane Abbott bloody does it.
So how did shopping go?
It was okay, a bit boring. Few chavs around as well. Very angry lesbian behind the cigarette counter.
Angry lesbian, huh?
Yeah, I approached her in the typical style that I approach things. You know, big smile, lots of energy. Hello, hello, governor. I was like, can I have 40 player Super Kings, please? And she just looked at me for she gave it about 3 seconds of just staring at me. And then she decided to move and then go get them. Like I had a big smile on my face and everything. I was all sunshine, but she was all period, you know.
Yeah, I can't stand people like that. Most people, and I've mentioned this before, I'm the kind of person that goes in, if I go into the store or what have you, I try to treat the cashiers and the people that work there very well. Like you say, cheerful, and ask them how they're doing. Hey, how you doing? That kind of thing. And usually 99.9% of the time that makes a difference, and they'll cheer up and treat you really well.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a small enough place, they'll remember you after that.
Yeah.
But then there are that 0.1%, like you talked about, that just look at you like, what are you smiling at?
Yeah, and then she turned around and she went, "What type?" I was like, I can't tell if you're a man or not. Like, you look like a lesbian, but you could just be a rather feminine dude with that voice. I don't know. Yeah, so it wasn't service with a smile. It was service with the shit.
Howard Sliders is blood bling. Sorry to say this, but Colts owner is a rectal wart. Well, yeah, he's different. That's for sure. I've actually talked to the man, not in person, but I've talked to him on the phone. He's not a bad guy, but he's different. That's for sure. He's different. I can say this, that he didn't treat me like I was some kind of underling, like some of the people in the limousine business will do. You can imagine the clientele we get in the limousine business. He talked to me as an equal, which I appreciated.
Whilst I'm here, it's not really a shill, but guys, whilst you're watching the stream, if you could open this up in a different tab and just go give it a read. It's a few announcements about the channel. Give it a read while you listen to the stream. and leave a comment telling me what you think. I've made a few announcements today, Bloodwing.
Oh,
for Irate Alex. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not telling you. I want people to go interact with the post. So what were you talking about? When I was on the toilet having a little listen, you were talking about right wingers.
Well, just whatever you know me, just whatever comes out. But mostly, as the title of the stream would indicate, I was just gushing over everybody again for what they did for me yesterday. Just it still amazes me, and I'm still very thrilled over what happened.
Yeah, of course, it was amazing last night.
It absolutely was amazing. And I was just telling you what you caught wind of was that, those of us in this little corner of the internet, and especially those of us of a conservative bent, a right wing bent, get a bad reputation. That we're all racist and unfeeling, and we don't care about the kids. Think about the kids at the border and all that stuff. And yeah, those people don't know you guys like I do.
Yeah,
good bunch of people.
They are indeed. It's amazing last night. Amazing.
That's your house when you sleep. No, she might eat you.
Prospero, I have already, Alex. So keep that minge well away from me. I will do what I will.
Tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You're not my mom.
Oh, I said if people didn't share the stream to their social media, I was going to send Diane Abbott round to their house at night.
Yeah.
While they're asleep. Good evening. Guess who? Yeah, but yeah, it was amazing last night. And I did a stream this morning to basically thank everybody again. Because it blew my mind. It blew my mind.
Yeah. I mean, I was so tickled about it that on the way to taking the granddaughters to school this morning, I was telling them, what happened. And they're like, really? That's amazing. Mm-hmm. So even my granddaughters think you guys are great. And there's no higher praise than that.
Yeah. So have you spoken to the landlord about it now? Have you?
Haven't yet. We told him to give us till Friday. So we're going to wait to give it to him tomorrow.
Well, what I think you should do is withdraw all the money in cash, then go to the arcade with it and put it in the exchange machines, so you get it back in pennies and stuff, and then just drop a bag of pennies on him.
Well, I don't want to. Honestly, he's been very good for us, very good to us. And if it had been anybody else that got, he'd have put the whammy on him long before it got to where it got with us. Long before that point. Yeah. He just, and he's not a rich guy. He's just a normal guy that happens to own the house across the street,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's harder for him to do, and he counts on the money we give him, because he pays bills too. So I don't want to make it rough on him, and I'm not holding any blame to him at all. I understand it. But it didn't change the fact that it was quite stressful. What am I going to do?
Yeah, I know, dude.
But
been there myself before.
Yeah. I could have said, hey, you owe me $70 for fixing that cable that you run over the lawnmower. But since we were behind on the rent, I didn't think that would be a right thing to say. So,
well, you should have, because he'd be like, "Yeah, he'd give me my money." I said, "No, you give me my money."
Yeah,
I'm not giving you your money to give me my money.
Yeah, and he knows he was getting antsy himself, and he knows that we want to pay him. And just like it's even my medical bills, I want to pay them. I just don't have the money. So can't get blood out of a turnip, they say. Vanilla Bear asks, how did Mrs. Bloodwing take the news story? If you already said, she was very happy. She was very pleased, said it was really great news. Really great news.
Did you get the BJ?
No, I'm not going to kiss and tell.
Trying to act like you're a gentleman.
Well, it is just an act, but I do have to pull the act every once in a while,
Yeah, I know,
keep
I
up
know.
appearances.
Of course, of course. How much did she cry? Yeah, those are important questions.
Well, unfortunately, right on the tail of me telling her that, and you were there for when I told her.
I was, but she thought you were streaming, didn't she?
Yeah, but she right on the tail of it, like a few minutes later, then she got some bad news from.
Oh no.
And so she wasn't able to enjoy it long enough to get really, really emotional. But yeah, it was really, really good news to her. And she's still very happy. She had me come out and signed at me because we both know sign language, or at least a little sign.
Yeah.
And signed at me to tell you all, tell everybody you're the thank you. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that she was a happy lady.
Yeah, she was. She absolutely was.
Briefly.
Yeah, and she still is. It's just that it kind of got tempered by immediately receiving bad news on top of it.
Yeah.
But it has to do with that deal that you know about, but nobody else does. So
okay. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, again, thank you, and I'll probably say thanks again before it's over because I'm just amazed. I'm just absolutely amazed. When I was talking to Alex earlier before we came to a conclusion on what to actually do about all of it, and I was just venting at him in Twitter DMs, like, dadgummit. Tress says, you sign with your wife. I'm going to slap my husband. He doesn't learn to sign. Hey, it comes in very handy, like for that, when you don't want to talk out loud, just, sign it. We learned it years ago. My sister, just younger than me, is deaf. So yeah, we learned it because of that.
That's actually very nice.
Well, she wasn't born that way. She went deaf in her adult years. So
well, I'm saying it's nice that you made the effort to learn it.
Yeah, we know a little. Although my sister reads lips very, very well.
Yeah,
extremely well. And because people will try to pull things over on her and mumble under their breath. Because she don't take no crap. She's the sister with cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
And but she doesn't take any crap. I've seen her hit her husband upside the head with a cast iron frying pan before. That's no lie.
Oh wow.
No lie. Dong. So yeah, people will try to mumble under their breath thinking she can't hear you. Well, she can't hear you, but she can sure read your lips.
So you basically got to wear a face mask then,
Yeah,
or just over your mouth.
And Mama Minnie in the chat. Hey, baby.
There she is.
And we're just talking about your Aunt Sissy. Just telling them how she doesn't take any stuff. And she could tell you she's seen it too. But yeah, she doesn't. She's got one arm that doesn't work very well at all. But the other arm, I've been on the receiving end of a haymaker from that arm before, and it didn't tickle.
I can't imagine that it did.
No, she don't take much stuff, but she really is a sweetheart. I don't think anybody has ever met my sister that didn't love her.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mommy says no lie. She's feisty. Feisty's a good word for my sister. Yeah, she's feisty. All right. And then there's that baby sister that's a little bit nuts. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, well, every family's got one, I guess.
Yeah. In my family, there's it's all of us, I think.
Well, she wasn't always like that, but somewhere in her early to mid 20s, something snapped. And it's like, you ain't right. But I love her. I just know that she's not exactly all there.
Oh, bless her. So what's been going on then, old man? What's been happening?
Oh, well, as I was telling him as the stream started, been a little bit busier of a morning than it usually is for me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Picked up the granddaughters as usual. But I also had to pick them up after school was over today. Now, thankfully, Thursdays they get out early. They get out at 1:05, I think it is.
Yeah.
But that meant it was a little bit of a rush back to get back in time for the stream at 2:30. Because after I dropped them off and get back home, I think I walked in the house about 1:45, something like that.
Mm.
Excuse me. But other than that, yeah.
Loving's dying again, guys. I'm sorry.
No, that was a belch.
Oh, okay.
That was trying to hold it in. But yeah, normal day.
Okay. Did you see that they're trying to cancel friggin' ContraPoints?
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit on Lords of the Night last night, and
Yeah,
I've been seeing it on Twitter today, of course.
I apparently she deleted her Twitter, but I heard that she was yeeted off.
Yeah, they it wouldn't work for me, and it might not work for you, but yeah, I guess for Contra, they bullied them off.
Yeah, it wouldn't work with me. I just laugh at the Spurgs,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like, she wasn't even, as far as I'm aware, she just made the point that a binary trans person's experiences are going to be different than a non-binary person experiences. And of course it is. You know why? Because actual trans people transition and actually suffer from gender dysphoria. Whereas you fucking wannabes, you want to be attention-seeking shitbags, don't. So shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. And even the usual suspects, Sophane and Jeff Holiday were out there calling it out. That mad because the left eats their own.
Well, they do.
They do. Of course, they had to throw out on the same hand. They had to throw out that the right never recognizes anything any of their members do wrong, which is baloney. But that's a whole nother kettle of fish.
Yeah, of course it is. Like there has been occasion where the right will eat its own. Doesn't happen often because the right are much more likely to be team orientated, or what's the word I'm looking for here? A lot more likely to be tribalistic,
Yeah. Sirius says, I don't know, Matty. I still hand wash my pans and coffee mug. I wash them by hand too, and I have a dishwasher, but I don't trust it. I don't think it does as good a job as I do. So I wash my dishes by hand.
I do everything by hand.
Yeah.
I don't have a dishwasher, but I still do everything by hand. Like, I'd still do it anyway, because dishwashers aren't that good, really, are they?
I just don't feel like they do as good a job as I do by hand, and certainly not on pots and pans.
Yeah,
at all. But I do it by hand. But I did see that, and apparently Contra has left Twitter. Apparently, because of it.
Yeah, I think it's pathetic.
It is, and I've seen what Contra said, and I don't think that they even meant it the way that it was taken. I think it was taken slightly out of context.
Of course it was.
They're just so touchy, and sensitive about it. That, oh my gosh!
I think they're pathetic.
Well, it just tells me that even though they know deep down whether they recognize it or not, is that they're ridiculous. This non-binary stuff is just ridiculous. There are two genders, people.
They're like, oh, it's gender expression. Yeah, but you're trying to make out as if it's a state, it's being trans. Yeah. So it's not gender expression, then, is it? Yeah. You're trying to make out that you've got gender dysphoria.
It's
which
just
again is an extremely debilitating mental health issue.
well, it's just a bunch of morons role playing and cross dressing is what it is.
It's a
And
bunch of fat lesbians with blue hair trying to pretend to be something that they're not. They just want to be. They want to be friggin' androgynous. That's all. But you can't be androgynous when you're a hoofing whale.
yeah, yeah. You are right about that.
So it's just because you dye your hair blue, cut it down short, and wear a polo shirt doesn't mean you have gender dysphoria. You morons.
No.
Like, and people like might give me shit like, "Oh, you're gatekeeping what it means to be trans." I've been accused of that before, but I'm not gatekeeping. Those are the scientific medical definitions.
Yeah.
End of chat. You are just LARPing.
Yeah, and there are plenty of trans people that will agree with you. We know quite a few of them. That
Yes,
there
we
are
do.
two genders, and if you're serious, you're going to transition.
They're like, "Oh, social science tell." Well, first of all, most social science is garbage, right? And it's like the gender is a different construct to sex. You mean sex? No, they are synonymous with each other. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And go away.
Exactly. Yeah, Amanda, I think that's part of it. They want to be special. They want to be special.
So special. Yeah, you are special. Special friggin' needed.
Yeah, and in my opinion, that goes back to the whole participation trophy society that we live in. You know, everybody gets a trophy because you're all special.
Yeah, that's all it is. They just want to be a part of a club. They want to add to their oppression points. They want to be able to say, "Oh, you know, I'm oppressed because I'm not only a woman, but I'm also trans and non-binary," even though that's literally outside of the binary.
Yeah.
That's inside the binary. You can't be a woman and non-binary. You're tard.
Yep.
It's funny because they kind of defeat themselves with their own arguments a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Prospero, I feel you. I'm so old. I remember when gender applied to language. Full stop. Yeah, I know.
Oh dear. We live in a brand new world. A brand new world. We do.
Yeah, and perfectly faded delicious and have all the mental illnesses in their bio. Yeah, they've got to put that out there. I tell you, when I'm on Twitter and if I look at your bio and it has your pronouns, immediately I've already made up my mind about you. You're a moron.
There are some people that I'm friendly with that unironically have pronouns in their bio, and I just whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
It's the thing to do in the current year. I'm sure it'll pass eventually.
Yeah. I mean, there are trans people that are friends of the show. You, like I said, you know some of them, and the probably the reason I get along with them so well is that it's not pushed in my face all the time. They are what they are, and they go along. That's it.
Because it's not like a part of who they are, you know. Right. But it is a part of who they are, but it's not like the singular, identifying thing about them.
Yep.
You know, like with these lunatics, you know, it's like, you know, hi, my name's I don't know, Laquanda or some stupid name like that, and and I'm non-binary. My pronouns are Ziza. It's like I didn't need to know those things.
Right.
You could just saying hi. You know, my name is Sharon, and I'm I don't know, a fucking law student or something like that. You know, and I'm from friggin' New York or some stupid shit like that. Yeah, it shouldn't be such a I get it. Like if you are trans, it is going to be a part of your identity. It will be something that you talk about because of how debilitating that it is.
But there's people that make that all that they are. That's their whole being.
Yeah, it's like you are more than that.
Yeah.
Dude, like, what do you like? Being trans? I bet you don't. I bet, you know, if you are suffering from gender dysphoria, I bet you bloody well don't like it. I bet you don't like the horrible feelings that you get on a regular basis.
The real Queen Rhiannon asks, can my pronoun be bite me? Hey, this is 2019. Of course you can, and be whatever you want it to.
Yeah.
Checky Logic says, I thought Monkey would have ended his live stream for this. Honestly, between me and you, Monkey's probably oblivious to it. He really doesn't pay attention. He doesn't do this sort of thing on purpose, because Monkey's streaming right now too, Alex.
Yeah, of course he is, because he's a knob.
Yeah, he just doesn't pay attention.
It's funny. Yeah, he's funny. He doesn't pay attention, right?
Right.
But he gave me shit yesterday for asking if he was about when I sent him a DM. He's like, aren't you subscribed to me? So, excuse me?
He pays absolutely zero attention to anything except what's right in front of his face. And most of us know that about Monkey, and we just go with it.
To be fair, I'm worse than Monkey. It could be right in front of me and I won't know it's there.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And yeah, Jay Wolf, I did see where he mentioned on Twitter he got 10 hours of sleep. Good for him. Because he sure didn't get much yesterday.
Yeah, he doesn't usually get like a massive block of well, it's not even really massive, is it? I guess for him it's massive, but a good block of sleep. God, I wish I could get 10 hours. I've barely slept over the last 3 or 4 days.
It happens to me once in a while. But not very often for me. Usually 5 to 6 is my usual. You know, I will take a nap later in the afternoon, but you know,
I tried earlier. I did manage to sleep, but it wasn't. It was very broken.
Yeah,
very, very broken.
Jedi Ghost Bear, give it an hour. Monkey will be like, when is Blood going to have his stream? Right? That's exactly the way he is. He's just oblivious, and you know, we all know that about him, and we accept it.
Yeah, well, because we have to.
Yeah. But
I mean, physically, he's older than you, isn't
he? Well, he's in worse shape now. I mean, I'm better after my surgery, so he's in worse shape than I am. So yeah.
Cripples. You're
What's
all
that?
cripples. Yeah. Mind you, I'm not that far off, to be honest. It's not been good, you know. Vanilla Bear, she changed the rooms around my boys' bedroom with our bedroom, and I've not been right since, you know.
And you'll get used to it
Eventually, yeah. Might be able to actually sleep through an entire night tonight, maybe. I don't know.
I remember the whole time growing up, my parents only moved once, and that was next door. Literally next door. Both houses were owned by the same people, and when they lived in the house on the corner, and we lived in the house next door to that. And when they moved out, we moved into their house because it was better than the one we were in. And but I remember it took me the longest time to get used to the new bedroom. For one thing, it was much smaller than the room I had in the old house, and it just it took a while to get used to.
Yeah, I imagine by the end of the week I'll be sleeping soundly again. But yeah, Maddie says you've never been right in the head. At least you're in good company. Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Yeah,
bunch of degenerates that you are.
Bunch of crazies,
lunatics. A lot of you.
Amanda says, I moved all the time, went to 17 different schools, not counting when I went back to school I'd been to before. My goodness, I just can't imagine what that would be like.
I only moved once as a kid, and it was only down the road.
I mean, I've been around quite a bit after I moved out of mom and dad's house, but you know, during my formative years, they only moved once, and dad's still, well, he lives in a nursing home at the moment, but he still owns the same house that we had grew up in. So,
well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
It's good to delete this image of Diane Abbott from my desktop because I can't have that.
Don't want that staring at you when you're fired up, huh?
No, you don't. You don't want to wake up today like, kids are back to school now, so I'm getting up, I'm getting washed and dressed, making sure the kids are ready, making sure they've got their lunches packed and the uniforms on nice and tidy and all that kind of crap. Take them to school, come back. As soon as the second I get home, I'm straight in here, computer on, and deciding what I'm doing. Delete it from the stream, but that means leaving the hangout, mate.
Well, for right now, you're going to have to cover for a minute because guess what? It's that time.
Of course.
So don't do that yet. Because I won't be here to get you back in. I'll be right back.
All right. What's going on, chat? What's happening, everybody? I hope that... Oh, my God, that's loud as shit. Hold on. Give me a moment. Oh, I started this up at the wrong bloody time, didn't I? I've just loaded up Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. I figured I'd play it whilst we were streaming. And it's so loud. So friggin' loud. I've just got to turn the volume down. Where is it? Oh my God, where? Music off. How'd you turn the bloody music off on here? The thing with these old games, the settings are a bit rubbish, aren't they? Primary sound driver. Okay, that's my headphones. Just no, get off. Oh my God, it won't turn off. And I can't see the chat either. Right. Control delete. There we go. Task manager. There we go. That paused it. Hopefully it didn't completely close the thing down. Why is that moved over there now? Right. Give me a moment. Right. Where's the chat? There it is. Settings effects. Yeah. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Yeah, no, it's been a pain in the ass. Oh my God. Where's the chat gone? Oh, there it is. It's all the way over there now. It's a problem with these old games, because they've got very different resolutions. I could change the resolution, but as soon as you open them up, my screens start like bouncing around. I've got dual monitors, Serves you right for trying to play a game while streaming with Papa. I've played Grand Theft Auto whilst I've been doing Redneck Radio. Where is the friggin... Right, there's the save button. You go to options. You can turn music off, but I can still hear the friggin' sound effects and stuff. Oh, these old games are a pain in the ass. They really are. Alex is becoming a boomer. Well, it's an old ass game, dude. Like, surely you'd be calling me a boomer for just playing it. I'm going to options, sound, primary sound driver. There we go. Right. So I had to turn the sound off by selecting a sound device that I don't have on the computer. There we go. There we go. What's happening, everybody? How's everybody doing? What's everybody been up to? Any drama? What's going on? I'm in the same boat, just having a jab. I know. It is a boomer game. I used to play this when I was a lot younger, teenage years. I think this came out. It's a really fun game. Limited though, I find. It's very limited in what you can do and stuff. But like, I just enjoy building these parks and stuff. I mean, they look crap. I've never been like with Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Like building the roller coasters and the rides and stuff. They were that in my opinion, that's the most fun thing about it. But how you can build all the decorations and stuff. They never streamlined that part of the game, like in my opinion, anyway. And I can't make it look good, so I just never bother. So I always have like a kind of like a dead land for a park, like my own custom built like dead wasteland, if you will, where there's like no hills, no water or anything like that. It's just a huge bit of land.
What are we talking about? Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Yeah. I never build decorations or anything. The most I do is put bins and benches down.
Well, you got to put the trash cans down or they'll litter everywhere.
Well, yeah, of course. Shut up, Duck Dog. Moron. And Eagle Liar has an A in it, by the way. Monkey. Wait, Monkey was doing Monkey in the morning, not his gaming stream.
No, he was doing Monkey in the morning.
Why is he? It's not the morning though. Not even in America is it morning time.
No, but it was his morning because I guess he slept for 10 hours. So.
Whatever.
according to him, because I've asked him, I've got on to him about it before. He says it's not even morning, dude. It's morning when he says it's morning. I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose so. You know, one of my favorite things to build is the Wild West roller coasters, and the I also like building the go-kart tracks as well.
Yeah.
I like building those.
You always, you and I were talking. I always like those type of games. Of course,
Yeah, they're enjoyable, you know.
any game that lets me build something, I like anyway.
Yeah.
That is probably one of the reasons I like the Sims games, because I like to build onto their houses.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like doing that. I in the Sims in particular, I always enjoyed building a house. I spend ages building a house.
Yeah, I always preferred to buy an empty lot and build on
Yeah,
it than to buy an
same.
existing. Yeah,
Same. I didn't like to do it any other way, really.
and and that's one of the things that I enjoy most about 7 Days to Die, is building. Building your base and building your area where you're gonna have your horde night, and Ark. You can ask the people that played a lot of Ark with me, like Jen and Functional and those guys. I spent a lot of time working on my base.
Well, I remember when you finally convinced me to play that garbage, and I obviously saw what you guys had done, and I was very impressed.
Yeah,
Very, very impressed by it.
but it just wasn't your thing.
No, I think it's a steaming pile of poo. If I'm honest, I know you guys like it, and that's perfectly fine. You can like what you like. They let me put you off, but because I have very particular taste, I'm very, very picky with a lot of
Oh,
things.
trust me, I won't, and I know that. Well, you and I don't agree entirely on what's a good game and what isn't. It's just like, well, one of my favorite gaming series of all time is the Borderlands series, and you don't particularly like that. So,
Well, I played the first one
yeah.
On my own, and naturally, like ages ago, years ago, and I mean, I thought it was okay. I liked it. I put a fair few hours into it. It wasn't amazing.
Well, see, that's one of the reasons probably then you didn't get the experience out of it that I did, is when I played through the first one, I played through with J-Kid.
Yeah.
So it's a much different game when you play with someone,
Well, I played the second one with a couple of people, and it's not my thing. It really isn't.
Yeah. Well, and that's fine. What appeals to me is not going to appeal to you, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all have our different things, but yeah, the point I was making though is that as with Art, 7 Days to Die, and The Sims, and other games like that, games that let me build, I like. I like the building aspect.
It depends for me. It really does. Like the idea of Minecraft, I just like looking at it annoys me. It angers me. I don't get it.
Well, I actually like Minecraft, and you and I talk about the Neebs Gaming crew quite often.
I know they've been doing it.
Yeah, probably more than my fans here want me to, but they have returned. Of course, Thick is I just watched their podcast today, and he makes it very clear that he hates it. He
Same.
does not.
I watched it. I was laughing. I was like, "Yes, Thick. Yes, good lad." Tell him that Minecraft is a steaming pile of shit. 'Cause that's exactly what it is.
He says, "I'm only here because you guys wanted to do it."
If Minecraft was, mature and not crappy, cartoony, blocky graphics, then I might actually, indulge in it. But I just don't understand the concept or the point of it. I just don't get it.
It's, of course, when I play, I even turn the zombies off. That's not why I want to build stuff. And I actually built a world one time, and it was just for my grandkids that were living here at the time to play in. And I built them all their own separate castles, that were all connected with tracks, cart tracks, and they could travel around the whole world on the cart tracks from each other's castles, and put little traps and drawbridges in for them. And
Monkey wants in. And speaking of that, yeah, Alfie was playing Minecraft on the PlayStation 4 because the boys have it on there. And he's like, Dad, can you build me a house? I'm like, I don't really know how to play Minecraft. He's like, yeah, you do. And I went, no, I've played the game once. It's a bad game. He's like, he kept pestering me. So I actually had to go into the living room, pick it up on the PlayStation, and then quickly teach myself how to do stuff, and then built him a house.
Yeah.
I wasn't amused by that.
How you doing, Monkey? Heard you got 10 hours sleep, dude.
I slept way too long, but it was nice.
I think your body probably knew better than you did.
Apparently, what I need to do is stream for 10 hours a day so I can get 10 hours of sleep.
There you go.
Hi,
Now
Monkey.
The secret.
Why are you Diane Abbott?
Why aren't you?
Because I have self-pride.
I could hear the struggle in your voice as you said that.
I was trying to say it in a nice way.
I think it's becoming a thing with him. The last stream, he was here as Cher, as in Sonny and Cher. He was here as Cher.
Yeah.
And then a couple of streams before that, he came as Queen Elizabeth. So
I know.
Yeah,
I went
he
on
was,
to Monkey in the morning as Prince Philip.
Philip, yeah.
Yeah. Before.
For the record, you were more fuckable as Philip.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
I agree.
Somebody said earlier in the chat, I forget now who said it, but somebody said in the chat earlier, I did see it, that Boris is under more pressure now than Diane Abbott's pants button.
I like that. But also, it badges out there. I just wanted to say, fuck you, German.
Oh.
I saw what you said, so shut up. You're German and your opinion doesn't count. So, how are we, Monkey? What have we been up to?
I got up and did my show. I didn't realize what day it was, or I wouldn't have done it. I would have done it after this.
What I tell you?
I'm sorry for doing it at the same time, but yeah, that's all I've done.
Yeah. What I tell you, chat? Ask the chat. This is exactly what I told him. I said he's hasn't done it on purpose, because they were saying Monkey's streaming right now. I said he hasn't done it on purpose. He's just oblivious.
Malicious
Monkey.
Yeah, that's true.
We know this about Monkey, and we love him anyway, and we accept it.
And I appreciate that. No, you guys know every day when I start the show, I'm like, what day is this? I have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
See, cripples. People, cripples.
Yeah, we should be just taken out and shot, man.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tempt me.
No, I woke up, I read that stupid article about South Park.
What's that about South Park?
Oh, Vice wrote an article about how South Park they've led us to such things as 4chan and the alt-right and the rise of white nationalism. They basically gave us Trump.
South Park gave us Trump. Okay. Right.
Yes, because
it's Kurt's fault.
Blame Canada. No, because they allowed this generation to grow up thinking that it's edgy to just say whatever you want to say, and you shouldn't do that because people with marginalized voices are on the internet now.
Oh my God.
That's the basic theme. Yeah.
Real quick, Stephen McVeigh says, I'm here because Monkey said, check this out. I'm now out checking. Well, welcome, and hope you decide to stick around. Okay. More the merrier.
Indeed.
Yeah, come on by. Check it out. The water's warm. The Redneck keeps it nice and toasty.
That's right. That's right.
Because he keeps weird. He doesn't even know, bless him. Like he's just been going.
Sarah says, so we should toast South Park and thank them. Yes, absolutely we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the best part of that article is at the end. The guy, he's talking about, he talks a lot about the movie Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Oh, that's such a great film.
It is. It really is. Even and its message is even relevant today. The guy tells us the message of the movie. That sometimes people who are trying to do the right thing can go too far and fuck it up. And he's like, and that's a lesson that Trey and Matt need to learn. I'm like, I think it's one you need to learn, dumbass.
Yeah, I think Trey and is it Trey Parker and Matt Stone, or the other way around?
Trey Parker, Matt Stone.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure that they are very, very self-aware and very aware of the social climate and always have been.
Yeah, it's what makes the jokes work.
Yeah.
This guy praised such shows as the Gooback episode. And again, I
think I've seen it.
The Goobacks are people who come from the future because the future sucks, so they came back here to make money for their family in the future.
Oh yes, I have seen that. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, it's a commentary on illegal immigration.
Yeah,
and the person misses the point of that show altogether. And the point of that show is that if you bring all of your crap here, you're just going to make here crappy. Yep. You understand that your time sucks, but you need to fix that. We can't. All of them coming in like that and everybody, just cowing to it ruins their fucking society to the point where the men are just like, we are going to stop evolution. We're just going to all get in a giant pile and be gay together so that there's no more people.
And sometimes you look out there and I think people are taking that tactic.
Yeah. No, but this the guy who wrote it is, I forget his name. It's Mick and Doe. I forget his first name, but if you see his picture that he has up on Twitter, he's a douche.
He works for Vice, of course he is.
Yeah, he's a hipster. He's got the big hipster beard, not the little one, the big one, and the greasy long hair. And he's maybe in his mid to late 20s. So he's barely old enough to have even been around when South Park first started and all the shit that actually went on with it.
Right.
But he's read about it. So he's smart. He just misses the point completely the whole time. And he actually ends on that shit. And maybe Trey Parker and Matt Stone need to learn that lesson. Like, no, motherfucker, society still hasn't learned that message. And you guys are trying to push it now with your being authoritarian for what you think is the right reason is still being authoritarian, you shitbag.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't Vice being jumped on for something else only the other day by like everybody?
Could be. Vice does a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that could be any topic, really.
Right.
Fucking morons. These are the people that had a crack at me when I definitely presented no threat to. I mean, I've never really presented any threat to them at all, but these are the people that said you down the dark corridors of YouTube, Miss Misa's content. I was like, what?
Yeah, well, what do you want? It was your Limp Bizkit avatar that did it.
You know what? When the fact that they said that in the first place it still annoys me. I'm still mad.
I need somebody to tell Vice about me.
Yeah,
I need Vice to write an article about me. Damn it!
Give me a free shout out. Yeah,
there are these Nazis on YouTube that you guys should write an article about. Ranting Monkey, which is a parody of black people, because every time you hear the word monkey, you think they're talking about black people. I mean, that's a typical narrative, isn't it? And the other one is a redneck, so I shouldn't have to say any more.
Oh, I am everything that 2019 hates. I'm white, I'm male, I'm a redneck, I'm a boomer.
Yeah, I say that one's a boomer, one's Gen X. They're both conservatives, obvious Nazis. And they've been marginalizing me. I'm a person of color. They're oppressing me. They oppress my voice, my very, very important voice. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Oh.
They are douche canoes. I hate Vice.
Oh, they are. They are. But yeah, I'll take a free shout out if they want to give it. You're an article on me.
Idiots. I still can't believe they haven't learned the concept of a Streisand effect. Just morons. They really, really are just so dumb. I love that parody video of them, you know? You ever seen that one? There's a guy with like a ponytail, walks into an office, and he's like, he can't think of anything to write, so he grabs a dildo and starts launching it at a whiteboard that has like all the typical, you know, tropes that these people write about.
Yeah.
You've never seen that, no?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, it's funny. You have to watch it, obviously.
And thank you, Stephen McVeigh. Okay, out checking complete. Subscribe. Thank you. Appreciate it. And by the way, thank you to all of you, because I just noticed a little bit earlier I broke 1,300 subs.
Hey.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah. So, come a long way in the last couple of months. My growth in the last 6 months has been more than double what it was the first 2.5 years. And I'm appreciative.
Well, to be fair, there was a period where you didn't really upload, you know, because you weren't really able to.
Yeah, about 6 to 7 months in. Yeah, some things happened, and I just wasn't able to do what I wanted to do. But
yeah, then I shoved the boot up your ass, and now you do 3 streams a week, and you started Redneck Track.
Yeah, which people seem to like. It certainly has its following. Not humongous. You know, it's not like I have millions of subs, but there's people that like it, and I like that. And I really enjoy doing the premieres. I really do get a kick out of that. I love sitting there in the premiere and watching to see if, okay, let's see if they laugh right here.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That instant feedback, absolutely.
Yeah,
there are some people who get really mad about premieres.
Yeah, I know, but it's so enjoyable.
And those people can suck a dick.
Yeah. I think it's a great feature. That's the one thing that I think YouTube's doing right now that is good.
Yeah,
real quick
I like
in chat. Jared asked me how long did it take me before I started building an audience. My growth was not normal. I got very lucky early on and got a shout out from Bearing.
Yeah, Monkey got that Bearing bump.
I got it twice, 2 times, 3 times. I can't remember. He's shouted me out a couple of times, and that led to some pretty decent growth. God, a month in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was mine is not indicative of normal growth.
No, because I knew you when you were tiny, and then all of a sudden blinked and bang! Wow.
No, I remember with that day very, very well, because I was watching it happen and annoying Lady Monkey the whole day. Like, check this out! Look at this! Yeah, I was
back when you could sit there and just watch livecounts.net. Eh?
Yeah, man. Well, no, I didn't even know about that. I just kept refreshing the channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my growth was not natural either. YouTube, well, I mean, it was Bearing who was the person who reached out. I was already doing YouTube, you know. I wasn't doing the anti-SJW stuff, you know. It was, you know, I made a video and I was asking my mighty audience of 74 people, 74 subscribers, what they'd like to see. And Bearing, who I was subscribed to, was a huge fan of, pops up in my comment section, which blew my friggin' mind. Is like, oh, you know, let me know, mate. And he's like, let me know, mate, and we'll speak on Skype. And I was like, wow, this internet celebrity wants to speak to me. And, you know, we had a chat and we had a bit of a heart to heart, and he convinced me to start, you know, doing this kind of content. And I went from there. And of course, there was the fabled video, you know, because my growth was very natural to start off with. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the Bearing certainly helps along, but, you know, I wasn't getting a load of growth from him, probably because people were confusing me for him or him for me or whatever, me for him or whatever. But and of course, there was the people going, "You're a Bearing clone." I was like, "Fuck you!" And there was that video, you know, that fabled video, the response video I made to what's her face, Cat Black, which I uploaded, and it was just a normal response video, and it just got the typical like amount of views. I think it maxed out around 800 views. You know, I was happy with it. 81 days later, the friggin' algorithm picks it up, and it just starts getting thousands and thousands of views, and I was getting like 1,000 subscribers a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew all you guys when you were small.
Oh mate, I am now. I've pretty much abandoned Irate Bear. You know, I'm just I'm under 10,000 subscriber YouTube channel. I have no idea how to grow that kind of content, but to be honest, I don't really care anymore. I'm not allowed. There was a time when I was obsessed. A monkey can, and Bloodwing can attest to it.
Yeah, boy.
No, I mean, if you look at my channel, it still has what 27,000 subscribers on it. But if you look at the streams, which is pretty much all I do, I get like 1,000 views a day. So I'm tiny again. So it's cool.
Yeah.
I gave up. It's not that I don't want to go out there and make the videos that blow up like I used to.
Yeah.
It's that anytime you figure out the algorithm, they change it, and they're not changing it now in the way they used to. That was actually made to help people. The moment that they told us that they were going to stop recommending videos of the same type, because they don't like that content, I was like, there's no reason for me to try. There's no fucking reason. And it's a really stupid decision for them to make too, because they're not doing it to everybody. They're only doing it to people like me, people who make political content they don't like.
Yeah.
So instead of my videos being recommended to people watching my video, they'll recommend TYT. Yeah, there's no reason to even fucking try, man.
Yeah, and part of the reason for me why I don't do reaction videos like we all used to do back in the day is just it's hard for me to find something that flips my trigger, you know, makes me want to care about it enough to make a video.
Oh, that South Park thing I'd have made a video over.
Well, these days, if I've got something to say, I say it on these streams. You know, they're going to be demonetized anyway. I know that going in, so
I still make them review. I've got to the point, especially with the new the beta they're forcing on us. It's a lot easier to challenge videos because you don't have to jump between screens anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I challenge every fucking one.
Oh, I do it out of spite.
Yep, fuck you.
Because every so often, like, guys, seriously, right? Ever since the apocalypse, every few months or so, whenever it kicks off again, or YouTube decides to introduce a new policy, videos that weren't hit initially would have been hit, or they would have been hit again. So what I actually did the other day, I went through my entire video catalog on Irate Bear, like all the streams, and I requested a review on every goddamn one of them.
Yeah,
I must have received an email back from YouTube. Like I must have received about 100 emails letting me know the status of said videos. I'll do it out of spite. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I know mine are going to get turned down.
So a lot of them were turned down. Some of them were approved. But I was you can. That's the thing. They've got such a weird standard, Monkey. Don't you find that?
Oh yeah, I look. I've only had one approved recently. What one was that? That was it was a Monkey in the Morning called "Hard to Be Humble," and I was just as horrible on that as I was anything else.
Yeah, I jumped in
but
on
for
that
some
one.
reason, they let that one go. But all of the other ones, yeah, they're still demonetized.
It was you and I singing that did it because we both sung on that live stream.
Yeah, you're right. I do it out of spite now, and I had been doing that before, but you had to jump between the different screens. And like, fuck it, not worth it. And now, I started doing it on the one that I named "YouTube is Racist," just to fuck with them.
Fantastic.
Because fuck them, man.
Yeah, you have to fuck with them. You have to.
Yeah, and it's not that, you know, I've changed my views or anything. I'm still very proud of all the content I made, and every one of them's still up. I've never deleted a video, and as far as I'm aware, I never will. You know, and they still get views. I actually got somebody. You know how if you've got it set to, you'll get an alert when a comment is made. on one of your
Sure.
videos, and I've been getting alerts the last couple of days from the same person. They've apparently been working their way all the way up through my entire library of videos. So yeah, they still get a view here and there, but yeah, I'd kind of stick to these live streams now and Redneck Trek, and that is a labor of love because I really do enjoy doing those.
Good.
Really enjoy those.
It's easier when you love them.
Yeah, it is. It is. And even
Just
if
like sex.
Yeah. Even if I never get big, he says with air quotes you can't see, you know, yeah, I'll still do stuff like that. I just like it.
Well, good.
Well, I enjoy making videos. I just they've sucked the desire of me to even want to make them anymore because there's no point.
Yeah.
There's no point. They're going to get hidden and demonetized. I don't even mind the demonetization except for that is part of the hidden part.
Yeah.
And as much as you guys know I talk a lot. Of course I do. But I still want to be heard. I do that because I do have something to say that I want to get out there. And when these assholes make it so, no, you can't even be heard. Well, what's the point? How about I make toy video? Oh, no, you can't do that because they're hitting the children's channels.
I saw that today. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah,
YouTube?
man.
You're going after the kid. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think it's kind of cool that they're setting aside like an investment thing for it, but that's only going to be a certain amount of these channels that they actually like and know that they're going to be reaching out to Ryan Toy Review's parents and saying, look, right, obviously you are preferred by YouTube, you know, and we're going to put you on the program, the $100 million program that they're going to create.
And which is fucked up because Ryan Toy Review, they don't need it. They have their supporters and all that. The what's the word I'm looking for? Sponsors.
Yeah.
They have their own sponsors. He's got his own toy line for fuck's sake.
Which is
there's
crazy,
a lot of little channels. It is. It's insane. I understand why they're doing it because it is a law thing they have to deal with. But man, did they fuck these poor people hard.
Oh yeah, like for
Welcome
those who
to
don't
our
know,
world, kids.
Yeah, well, welcome to demonetization central, baby. But what it was Copper, is it? Is that what it is?
Coppa, something like that. Yeah.
Yes, COPPA or something like that. It's to do with underage people's privacy legislation, guys. And YouTube was taken to court and they lost. They had to pay out 170 million, which to be fair is pennies to them. Like I don't really care if they have to pay out money to these people. But in order to fix that problem, what they're going to do is they're not demonetizing them because we have to make that distinction. They're not demonetizing all of the content that is geared towards kids or has kids in it. What they're doing is they're removing the personalized ads, which, although I may have just said to you they're not being demonetized, they may as fucking well be, because personalized ads, those are the ones where people get paid, and they're going to be up shit creek with it's not going to be good for them, especially the people who make content that is geared towards kids but aren't already big. Man, they've only set aside $100 million. Like I know that's a lot of money, but they're going to be offering huge chunks of that to the biggest of those channels, aren't they?
I just don't see how any of those channels survive. I mean, because they even say, look, we realize that a lot of you have made whole businesses based on this, so we're going to give you 4 months to figure something out. These are people who, and look, there's a lot of these people who are just flat exploiting their children.
Yeah, of course they are.
But they're not doing anything illegal, and the kids seem to like it, and they bought giant houses, and their kids are being spoiled with, and that's cool. I mean, they're not just putting their kids in a closet while they go live large, but they have gone out and like purchased houses.
Yeah,
and they're not going to be able to pay those mortgages because of this. And I don't know how YouTube could get around it. because this one at least is a legal issue, not like they did to us, you shit bags. Oh
Yeah.
But yeah, these people are fucked, man.
Yeah, they are probably. Ryan would be fine, obviously, because he has all the sponsors, has his own friggin' toy line. But if you were thinking about setting up, well, it doesn't even have to have kids in it, really. It's any content that's geared towards children.
Yeah.
And that begs the question, what is that content? What is content that's geared towards children? Because you could be doing a Minecraft machinima or a Minecraft live stream. Is that kids content? Are you going to have to, make it a little bit more adult?
You know what hit me immediately? My first thought was, my channel sometimes shows up for cartoons.
It does. And mine. Well, Alright Bear does. Alright Alex doesn't. But yeah.
I am absolutely not geared towards children.
Yeah. I won't even let my grandkids watch it, which drives my oldest grandson nuts because he wants to support his papa, of course, But I'm like, it's not exactly kid friendly.
Well, there's times people tell me their kids are listening. I'm like, oh my God, why?
Right.
Do you know what I talk about?
Have you heard my mouth?
Oh my God.
Like I tone it down a lot for Redneck Radio. Like I try to be as respectful as I can for the old man, out of respect for him, but I can't help it.
Yeah,
I'm a foul mouth dude.
And I constantly tell you, I don't worry about it.
Well, good, because I swear a lot. I can't help it, dude.
As a matter of fact, and you were here. I know at least you were here, Alex, when my grandson showed up in the chat. I'm like, boy, what are you doing here?
Hey, out!
Get out! Turn it off.
You have Lord Bear. That's a point. Lord Bear might end up in those kids recommended, and that's definitely not a good idea.
Yeah, I worry about that a little bit with Redneck Track, because it is cartoonish,
Yeah.
And although it doesn't get exactly, over the top or anything, there are some
adult themes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I've been fortunate so far. Only one of Redneck Trek episodes, and we're getting ready to have episode 14 here Sunday. I've been fortunate. Only one has been hit. It was hit with a copyright, and it was my fault. I knew it was going to. I thought, well, maybe I can sneak it in, and I put in some copyrighted music in the background, very low, but apparently the algorithm picked it up. So.
Jared says, can't you set your upload to some kind of age restriction? Yes, but if you do that, it's instant demonetization. Like, you cannot be monetized if you age restrict your own video.
Yep.
And it won't be seen. Like, it just won't.
And that's the most amazing thing to me is that last couple of them, I've had people come in, not a lot of people, but one or two come in and say this was on their homepage. What's this about? I'm like, really? My videos are making people's homepage?
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. But yeah, YouTube did say that they would have a requirement for people to identify their own content as geared towards children, which obviously people aren't going to do now. But their new bot, which is, of course, is going to accidentally mark a lot of content as such, because YouTube's AI that they developed is garbage. But that's going to also identify people's content that's geared towards children. So let's hope the pedos don't manage to infiltrate it anyway. Dirty nonsense.
Yep.
It's crazy. YouTube is frigging crazy. It's stressful.
It can be. Stressful. It can be.
But I made an announcement earlier on Irate Alex that blood might concern you a little bit, Bloodwing, because I know how you get concerned for me. I think I told you about it. I had this idea to do like a charity stream, and I was going to call it the Dread Zone. And of course, it was going to be a gaming stream, and it was going to be on games that terrify me. And you know how I get.
Yeah, I do.
And I figured that shit would be entertaining, right?
Right.
So I'm going to be, hopefully, if I can plan it right and get everything that I need to do with it done. Ideally, I'd like to do a couple of those streams and do something called the Dread Zone. And not all of them would be charity streams. Brother got to eat. You know what I mean? I'm sure people will find it entertaining too.
Do you need me to come in and hold your hand this time?
Yes.
It didn't help last time, but I
also, I need you to come in and sing to me.
People, if you don't know what I'm talking about, one time he tried to do a live stream of, oh gosh, I always forget the name of that.
Outlast.
Yeah. He's playing Outlast. Has me come in the stream with him just to sit with him. I'm not playing. I'm just sitting with him. It didn't help. He got to the little piggy part and said, oh, heck no. Rage quit right out and deleted the game off of his computer.
Is it rage quitting if you're terrified? Like
I don't know. Scare quit then.
Yeah, damn near pooed my pants. Yeah, I guys, like, you have to understand, games, movies, TV shows, they're all very is visceral the word?
People, I've played a lot of video games with Alex here over the last few years, and even Warframe. There are times playing Warframe, and that's not a scary game at all. But there are times where he'd be playing at him and I, and it's like, oh my god,
because it's easy to jump scare me.
Yeah,
it's very, very easy to jump scare me. And a game like friggin' Outlast, which is made to be a horror game, that is more than just obviously cheap jump scares.
Yeah.
It messes with me something fierce. But yeah, that's the thing though. I can't explain it to you in a way that would make sense, I guess.
No, I understand it. I get it. Just because I'm the opposite kind of person, that I'm very hard to scare, doesn't mean I don't get it. I understand it. Everybody's different. And Alex just really gets into his games.
Well, I get into everything, dude. Like, I get into TV shows, I get into movies and stuff. I have very physical very, very physical reactions to things. Everything is, most things are quite intense for me, especially like if I get into it and it's able to if it's good enough to create the atmosphere that's required,
I remember one time we were playing 7 Days to Die. It was me, you, Jay Kidd, and I think Dax. And we were playing, and you were off looting buildings, off in some cabin somewhere. We're doing whatever. And all of a sudden you hear Alex going, oh my God. Oh my God. He's just screaming at the top of his lungs. And the other three of us are just laughing so hard we can't even play.
What the hell scared you that much in 7 days, man?
Yeah, I must have been when I wandered into a building on my own. Yeah, and I thought that it was cleared out, and it wasn't. Because you know how it is in 7 Days to Die. Like, you go in, you see the zombies like laid out on the floor or whatever, and you're like, right, sneaky, whack, sneaky, whack, and like, right, it's clear, and you start looting, and then ah!
Yeah, I think this was Alpha 16 too. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was before 17.
No, I wouldn't be scared of something like Dark Souls or Bloodborne. Those games are designed to make you angry.
Yeah.
Not just that, but you can also fight back in those games. You can't fight back in Outlast.
No. You have one choice: run and hide. That's it.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Yeah. What are you gonna do with your little piddly, with your piddly bloody camera? Of
course, I'm not even sure how he works the camera later in the game. Not to.
Wait, I don't care if you spoil it. It's not like I'm going to play it again.
Dude gets some of his fingers chopped off.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about games, I want to throw something out there because I'm a huge fan of the Tropico series.
Yeah,
me too. And it is on sale right now over there on Steam. 6 is still expensive. It's $35. 5 is only pricey. $7. Don't buy 5. Do not buy 5. 4 is on sale for $3.
Oh,
Four
four's
is on sale for
amazing.
$3.74.
I played 4. 4 that's what introduced me to it, was 4. 4 was great.
Four's a great game.
3 and 4 are both less than $4 each. If you've heard about the game or it's looked interesting to you, go get one of those two. Don't buy the newest one. Buy one of those two. You get just as good gaming, man.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And for
Tropico
less than
6
$4.
is quite good, in my opinion.
Oh,
I think
6
it's
is amazing,
marginally better than 5.
Well, since 3, they really haven't improved all that much. And I actually prefer 3, 4, and 5 the way they did the edicts in it. Because the way they did it in 6 is kind of a pain in the ass. There's like a tech tree to them, kind of, and I don't like that. But yeah, 4 was such a great game. Go buy it, guys. Seriously. I don't get paid by Steam, which I don't know why. I pimp their shit out all the time.
Well, Humble Bundle has a bunch of great deals on right now as well, by the way.
Do they? I haven't even looked.
There are loads of good deals at the moment.
Sadistic Atheist mentions Man of Medan. I started watching a playthrough of that. Markiplier was playing it, and it looked pretty rough still. It looked like it was still pretty rough. Like not quite ready for release, but he was making a lot of fun out of it just because of how rough it was. But I do love scary games, though, but it's hard to find a good one.
Yeah, I mean, the Outlast inspired like a generation, if you will, of the kind of like walking simulator type ones where you can't fight back and things like that. And don't get me wrong, there are some good titles there, absolutely.
The thing about Outlast is that it was made by a company that nobody had really heard of at the time. But it was made up of all these guys that had worked on really major titles up to that point, and they had got together to do this. So yeah, it was a great game, and it had some scary moments.
Every moment in that game is scary, Bloodwing. Even the drive into the bloody building.
Yeah. I remember watching this black guy doing a playthrough of it.
Oh, yeah, he's the guy you had me watch.
Yeah, and he's driving up to the insane asylum, and he's like, "Oh no, there's no black guy going to go in here and drive. No, I'm around now."
Well, he's not wrong. Like,
no, white people are crazy. Look at all the horror movies.
Stupid.
It's always
stupid's the word you're looking for.
Yeah, it's always the white people that stupidly go down in the basement. Or the really scary looking barn with body parts hanging from the ceiling and stuff.
Notice the redneck went to barn. Do you have a barn?
I do, a small one. Yeah. I have one of them storage barns. Yeah.
Freaking horror games.
To get back to 7 Days to Die just a little bit, we talk about Neebs Gaming, you and I, and we did a little bit earlier. It is for sure that they're going back to 7 Days to Die. Yeah, but I'm wondering if they're not waiting for 18 to come out.
Well, that would make sense. It'd be a bad idea to start right this minute. But then again, it's not like they haven't played games before that had regular updates. I mean, look at Subnautica. I mean, that was probably the most professional series that they did on the entire channel, in my opinion. And that was in alpha, and I think the game was basically finished as they were playing it, so that they had several updates, which of course they just played off as, like the HUD changing, for example. It's like, we updated your HUD, now you've got emojis.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that if 18 is going to change it to the point to where you can't keep playing save games that you had on 17, like 17 was to 16, because it's not going to be that major of a change. This is from what I'm reading about it so far recently, is it's just going to be perfecting things that are already in it.
Yeah,
pretty much. They are going to add a new zombie, and they're going to add some books that can be found, and things like that.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, and,
That, you know?
and yeah. I'm sorry. I know all of you guys in chat probably aren't into that, but you never know what we're going to talk about on this stream. It's like Forrest said, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, what are they complaining about?
Oh, they're not. They're not. I'm just being proactive.
Oh, okay. Oh, my leg. Oh, dear.
I'm over here arguing on Twitter.
Shocker.
Shut up. The vape thing going on, because in my state they just banned all but tobacco flavored vape for the children.
What?
Yeah, well, look, they only make flavored vapes because they're trying to entice children. I'm like, motherfucker, what are you talking about? Do you know how many alcohols are not alcohol flavored? How many alcohols out there are not whiskey or tequila or just plain vodka? I mean, there is a vodka out there that's whipped cream. There's another one that is actually chocolate fucking cake. Apparently, vodka companies are making that for children, I guess. There's one that's cotton candy. Because they're like, they only make cotton candy vape because they want kids to use it. That I've never heard you say that about cotton candy vodka, bitch.
Yeah. To be fair, though, I do see a lot of kids actually vaping, and I think they're retarded for doing it. Oh,
look, I don't. If you want to stop kids from vaping, make it illegal for kids to vape.
Yeah.
Don't make it illegal for everyone to do it. I'm a grown ass man. I'll make my own decisions.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know a single person that vapes, an adult who vapes tobacco flavor. Not one.
Well, if I could vape, I would. I seriously would do tobacco flavor. Well, I have tried the flavored ones. I can't vape. It chokes me. I've tried it. Actually, JK gave me a very good setup, very nice one, and I can't use it because it chokes the crap out of me.
Good point, Mr. Dax. I guess they are trying to get kids to use condoms, so they made them strawberry and banana flavored. Oh, shit. I mean, I use the menthol flavor. I don't like the taste of regular tobacco.
I didn't know you were a black man then, after all.
I am, yeah. I smoke menthol cigarettes, dude. But when I did vape, and I have vaped, and I like it actually, but I like the not margarita, the pina colada, man. That's a good taste.
Pina colada.
If you like pina colada, come suck with me. Anyway. No, I'm just tired of this idea that anything that's if you don't make it taste like it is, then it's you did it because you want children to use it. Like, shut the fuck up.
Who said this anyway? Like, where's it coming from right now?
Well, it's coming from a lot of states. Like in Michigan here, they literally just banned all flavors except tobacco, including mint and menthol. Because if you do mint and menthol, apparently you're trying to get black kids to smoke. But there's a whole bunch of health things going on. They had their first death related to vaping the other day, and they finally figured out why. It's because
they have a bad habit of exploding by any chance?
No, it wasn't, believe it or not. That just burns people. No, it's the same thing that killed people using marijuana in New York, which, by the way, you didn't see a big hubbub about that. They kept that on the down low.
Of course.
Because marijuana is making a lot of states a lot of fucking money, man.
Mm-hmm.
But they kept that on the down low. But there's an additive called vitamin E something that it's perfectly fine to touch and ingest, but getting it in your lungs is deadly. Okay. And so there were some additives that they found in these people's vape, and they weren't using just the stuff you buy off the shelf like a normal person.
Right.
But no, it's the vape that's the problem, not the fucking morons who poison themselves.
I'm of a mind, and I've discussed this before because I'm really thinking strongly about quitting cigarettes, going smoking.
Oh, me too. Every time I light one, just like right now.
Exactly.
I should quit this shit.
But I mean, I've been thinking harder on it lately than I have in a very long time. And but and people say, well, you ought to vape, and I'm not, me personally, I'm not entirely convinced that it's any healthier, but there's no evidence that it's not yet. That's just my personal feeling. And so, yeah, to ban it, without any evidence that it's that just seems a little harsh.
Yeah. Plus, banning things just generally doesn't work overall. I mean, just age restrict it,
Exactly, and that's the argument I'm in right now. Somebody's like, "Well, no, it's okay to get rid of it because that way it'll dissuade the children from using it." I'm like, okay, what else do we apply that to? We make it illegal for children to have guns? Should we make it illegal for those same guns to be purchased by anyone?
Well, depends
I'm
on
betting
who you
not.
have. There are some out there that would like to do that.
Yeah, the person I'm arguing with is definitely not going to take that tact. The idea that you need to get rid of things that adults use because of children is fucking retarded. Teach your children. That's what you do. And you know what? Children are still going to do it because that's what they do. They rebel.
Yeah, they do. Teenagers, little bastards.
Yeah, the children are assholes, man.
Yeah,
I was an asshole.
Stupid.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Cynical Lindsay says, I didn't even know that people still rolled cigarettes till I encountered you guys. Oh yeah, I've rolled my own for quite some time.
Well, when you say rolled, people get the wrong impression. We don't roll it. We don't roll it like cowboys used to. Where you lick the paper and.
Oh, I roll it like that.
Well, that's because you're British.
Oh, it's because I have a hard time with the rolling machine.
No, yeah, we use a rolling machine.
Yeah, you buy tubes that are like cigarettes that just don't have any tobacco in it when it already has a filter, and you have a little machine that you put the tobacco in, and it injects it into the tube.
I didn't have one of those machines. I had one where you'd have to like insert it into like a kind of like, I don't know how you just, it doesn't matter. Just continue. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it's very handy and it works very well. I have a very nice one. Actually, it was a little bit on the expensive side, but it's paid for itself.
Well, we had an expensive one, and those ones kept breaking. And we actually found one at the local smoke shop. It's a small little slider one, but it's actually, I guess, a medium sized one. It's only like $19, and we've only had to replace it once in 2 years.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a bad investment that way, and it works really, really well.
Those slider ones have a tendency to make my thumb sore. This is the only reason I don't like them. But yeah, mine's the Top-O-Matic has a great big crank on it, and it's all chrome, the whole deal. Make your own brand, yeah.
Ow.
Well, we've got about 6 minutes left of the stream, folks. Normally, a few minutes ago, we would have opened it up to questions, but we didn't notice. That's what happens when you're having fun.
Indeed.
So, questions before we calling into this thing.
Questions, guys. Questions.
Cynical Lindsay is probably because there's additives in pre-rolled cigarettes. I'm guessing the can of tobacco you roll has little to no additives. I don't know what kind of additives it has, Cynical. I really don't. It's actually sold as pipe tobacco. That's how it gets, why it's cheaper, because it gets by the cigarette tax by labeling itself as pipe tobacco. So not sure about the additives though. Ebony Williams says, Bloodwing, what is love? Cheesecake.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Cheesecake is love.
Cheesecake, no more.
Bacon is life. Cheesecake is love.
Yeah. There you go.
Swallowing is love.
Yeah, it is.
Quinn the cultist is Randy Monkey. Tropico with question marks.
Yeah, it's a great game. Check it out. And like I said, check out if you're gonna buy either 3 or 4, because 5 was a bullshit cash grab. You have to buy all of the DLC in order to have basically the base game of 3 and 4. I would actually 3 is probably my recommendation. It was probably my favorite, the one I played the most.
4 was my favorite. In my opinion, it's the best one.
Yeah. If you don't know what it's about, you are the despot, the absolute ruler of a Caribbean island or a chain of Caribbean islands, and it's
it is a city building game, but you have to balance making the communist faction happy, the capitalists, the environmentalists, and all these different factions who will, no matter how good you are at the game, will launch terror attacks against you, depending on how you run your island. You know,
indeed.
People are asking me for the link to to my GoFundMe. Hold on here.
Question there from Jared. Irate Alex, because I'm logged into Irate Alex right now. Are you shifting your focus to Alex because you're tired of making the kind of content you did before? Yes. What made you make that decision? It was funny because Irate Alex, when I initially created it, wasn't supposed to be what it is now. I mean, it was very much an experimental kind of thing. You know, I would upload random content there. It wasn't really edited or anything like that. You know, it was all different stuff. And then I decided last year around this time that I was going to actually start taking the channel seriously and doing more with it and actually trying to grow it and stuff. And I chose Irate Alex over Irate Bear because I have fun there. I enjoy making the content. It doesn't get me down the same way that the political stuff does, you know. It's not as, you know, indecisive and as crazy as what I was doing before, you know. I don't have fucking alt-right dickheads in my fucking comment section on Irate Alex, you know, telling me that I'm not human because of my race. I don't have liberals threatening to shoot me in the face because of my pro-life stance. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have fucking crazies. I mean, yes, I've had a death threat or two on Irate Alex. I had a fucking Mexican guy threatening to behead me the other day. But, you know, it's I just enjoy making that content so much more.
Real quick, the first link I put out in the for my GoFundMe is not the right link. Use the second one. Sorry, guys, I goofed.
Sarah wants to know what she should make for dinner. Spaghetti. That's always what I go with when I can't think of what to make.
Spaghetti's good, and I've had a hankering for chili lately. Oh my gosh. Cameraman Jay says, what blend of tobacco do you buy for your cigarettes? I use a brand called Gambler, and it's actually a Turkish blend, you know, kind of like a Camel cigarette kind of thing.
I actually smoked pipe tobacco. It's a mint flavored pipe tobacco.
Yeah, well, this is labeled as pipe tobacco. Absolutely. That's how they get around the cigarette tax. And yes, John Connor rhubarb pie is my absolute favorite pie. So I'm with you.
I hope that answers your question, by the way, Jared.
Oh, sorry, Alex. Didn't mean to interrupt your.
No, it's fine. It's fine, dude. Don't worry about it. I hope that answered his question and didn't piss him off. Well, I don't care if it pissed you off, but because that's my decision. It's my channel, it's my life. I do what I want. But yeah, that makes sense. If you're not happy doing it, then why bother? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, and people are like, "Oh, you're doing it for the money." Well, I mean, shut up for a start. That's never an argument that you can use against me. Because yeah, I like money and I like to be able to earn fucking money for a start. But not all the content I make on Irate Alex gets monetized. Like my last video, Lord Bear video, that got refused monetization post review. The two on Amos Yee definitely were refused. You know, because that's about pedos. You know, some of the videos I make over there do get demonetized. They get hit by the bot. I mean, pretty much all of them get hit by the bot upon upload. Most of them are approved, and I don't usually release them until afterwards. But it's not like the channel's massive and I make a butt ton off of it. I don't even know where I'm at right now in terms of money with that channel and how much it makes me, because you know I'm 6,000 subscribers. Average amount of views I get per video is what, 1,500, 2,000 views, depending on the topic. Sometimes it's more. And even if it was just for money, you shouldn't give me shit for wanting to make money.
Yeah, nothing wrong with making money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would probably continue doing what I do here if I never made a dime. But if I can make a buck or two at it, then all the better.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys know me. I was the person who, before I had 10 subscribers, already had Patreon set up. Had already started
Such
my
a
store.
whore.
People, you just want to make money. Like, bitch, why do you go to your job?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jack Gunsky says, "How about pecan pie? I like it. I'm not real nuts about it. I'm not one of them people that's crazy about pecan
Not
pie.
real
but
nuts.
Jake Thompson says the black guy thinks he has a will of his own. Wow, isn't this one uppity? And on that note, it is that time, folks. We are
God wing didn't let me get my mouth in there.
I'm not stupid. I might be redneck, but I'm not stupid.
Okay.
Anyway, this is the part where I say thank you to all of you, and especially now. I mean, gosh, I just cannot get over yesterday. You guys just constantly amaze me and constantly prove that you're a good bunch of people. I don't care what anybody says about you. You know, don't listen to them. You guys are great. You absolutely come together whenever there's a need, and that's just amazing. But thank you for coming out and giving us a listen, and for the likes and the shares and your comments in the chat, and all that stuff helps. All that stuff helps. Alex, thank you as always for coming by. Anything you want to shout out?
If you haven't seen it yet, go watch my Lord Bear video on Irate Alex. The people who watched it appear to have enjoyed it thoroughly.
Good. Yeah. Go do it. Monkey, always a pleasure when you're able to make it by. Anything you want to shout out?
Tonight we're on Satsu's channel for Lords of the Night at 9. And watch Bear.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. And as for me, the next episode of Redneck Trek will be Saturday. Monkey, are you listening? Saturday at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, as well as episode 14 of Redneck Trek is coming up, and that will be premiered Sunday at 5:30 Eastern Time. I'm probably going to have to change those Sunday times because NFL's starting, people, and my Sundays will be taken. But we'll see what happens. But anyway, hope to see you all back on Saturday. But until then, get out of my yard.
Bye, guys.
Bye.